Hi friends and welcome back to my channel. So today I am super excited because I have officially hit my first 100 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you so much for subscribing, and I thought in honour of me hitting my first 100 subscribers, I would do a little fun video where I get to combine my love for books with my love for Taylor Swift, and I'm going to share with you the books that remind me of specific Taylor Swift songs. So grab yourself a cup of tea, coffee, drink of choice. I have got my matcha latte because I have officially evolved into a 30-year-old white woman that does Pilates and drinks matcha. So the first song we're going to talk about is Maroon, and the book that I am pairing with the song Maroon is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. In The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, we follow the famous actress Evelyn Hugo as she shares with a reporter her many successes, her failures, and her many love affairs. Now, famously, Evelyn Hugo does not do interviews, but she said yes to this one specific interview for a very specific reason. We won't go into that, I don't want to spoil things, but yeah, there is a reason that she said yes to this interview in particular at this time in her life. That reason becomes apparent towards the end of the book, and it's a bit of a twist, so it's really interesting. Although Evelyn has had 7 husbands, her most interesting relationship is actually not with a man, and the song Maroon really reminds me of this book because there's a specific scene in this book where someone splashes wine onto Evelyn's shirt, and there's a specific line in the song Maroon about, you know, someone splashing wine onto someone else's shirt. So that just really, every time I hear the song Maroon, it brings me right back to this book. If you haven't read this book, I know it gets a lot of hype, and I honestly wasn't sure about it because I'm never sure about books that get a lot of hype, but I would say this one is worth it. So yeah, check out The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and then go listen to the song Maroon. The next Taylor Swift song and book pairing we have is Vigilante Shit, and I'm pairing that with The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. In The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, we follow the tattooed, motorbike riding vigilante that is Lisbeth Salander as she sets out on a mission to rid the world of the evil men she encounters. Fun fact, this book was originally called Men Who Hate Women, and honestly that title totally works. The men in this book are all absolutely horrendous, and you're not gonna lie, you're rooting for Lisbeth the whole way. She's an amazing feminist, strong female character. We love her. The films are also really good. I would honestly say though, this might be controversial, but I would say that the American adaptation of the films are better than the Swedish ones. I just didn't really get into the Swedish ones. I thought the casting wasn't as strong, particularly the guy that plays Blomkvist, who is the journalist that works with Lisbeth Salander. I just didn't like, to me, Blomkvist is meant to be kind of like ruggedly handsome, and the guy that they cast in the Swedish version, no offence to him, great actor, but he wasn't given that to me. Whereas in the American version, they cast Daniel Craig, so you know. Anyway, I think there's like 5 or 6 books in this series now, so I would highly recommend reading them. I think that's probably the longest series of books I've read, minus Harry Potter. I absolutely love them. I remember I once took a day off of college. This is so bad, don't do that, right? But I once took a day off of college because I was feeling sick, and I think I maybe had like a little cold, but I actually just wanted to finish reading the 3rd book, and I just stayed snuggled up on the couch all day and I read that book like in a day. So yeah, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is giving major vigilante shit vibes. Okay, next up we are going to pair the song Lover with The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is a retelling of the classic Greek mythological legend of Achilles, this incredible, beautiful warrior who sets out to rescue Helen of Sparta when she is kidnapped and held in Troy. But that storyline really isn't the main thread of this book. The main crux, the core of this book, the thing that keeps you reading, is the gorgeous love affair between Achilles and his friend Patroclus. Now Patroclus is just a young exiled prince. He's a little bit awkward. He's really the very antithesis of Achilles. He's completely opposite from Achilles in every conceivable way. But Achilles and Patroclus's bond is tested time and time again, and I don't want to say anything more than that because if you haven't read this book you just have to go and read it, but I can see Achilles and Patroclus slow dancing to Lover till the end of time. Okay, the next song and book pairing we're going to do is the song Anti-Hero, and I'm pairing that with How to Kill Your Family by Bella Mackie. Now, Grace Bernard, who is the main character in How to Kill Your Family, is your classic anti-hero. Grace is writing from her jail cell where she is, ironically, wrongly imprisoned for a murder she did not commit, and she is telling us about how she executed her mastermind plan to rid the world of her highly problematic family. I feel like Grace is almost definitely a sociopath. She's not an entirely likeable character, and yet you're just rooting for her the whole time. She's out there committing pretty horrendous crimes, but the people that she is coming for are equally pretty horrendous people. Not all of them. There's one in particular that I'm like, you didn't have to do that to him. But most of them are, right? Most of them are pretty bad people. So you're always rooting for her. You always want her to win. And that to me is the very definition of an anti-hero. It's someone who themselves are deeply, deeply flawed, but you still always want them to win. And finally, honourable mention, I am pairing the song Carolina with the book Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. This is a little bit of a cheat because Taylor Swift did write the song Carolina for the movie adaptation soundtrack of Where the Crawdads Sing. But my goodness, Taylor nailed it. This song literally evokes this book to a T. It is chef's kiss. It's gorgeous. So in Where the Crawdads Sing, we follow a young woman called Kaya who has grown up in the marshlands of North Carolina her whole life. She is shunned by the community and abandoned by her family, and she just learns that she has to fend for herself. Early on in this book, someone comes into her life who threatens to disrupt the peace and solitude that she has known, and Kaya again learns that she has no one to fall back on but herself, and she has to deal with this matter the only way she can. What I really loved about this book is throughout it, Kaya really describes in such vivid detail the plants and the life forms on the marsh, so much so that you genuinely feel like you're there. It's so immersive. It's absolutely beautiful writing by Delia Owens, and I'm really excited to see what she does next. If you haven't read this book, my goodness, do yourself a favour, go and read it. If you haven't watched the film, watch the film after, and then listen to the song Carolina. So yeah, those were some of my book recommendations for my fellow Swifties. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've read any of those books, let me know in the comments, or if you're wanting to read them now after hearing me talk about them, definitely let me know. Or if you're just a massive Taylor Swift fan, let me know what your favourite song is. I also want to say a massive thank you to anyone that has subscribed to me. I know 100 subscribers is not a lot to most people, but that was a little goal of mine at the start of the year, so I'm so happy that I've reached 100 subscribers. So if you're watching and you like my content and you haven't subscribed, please do that now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!